Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Junk Podcast, episode 249, recording on Monday, October 6th, 2025. My name is Frank.
My name is Sean.
And my name is Andrew.
And on this week's show, we'll be discussing our first impressions of Ghost of Yotei. And did I say it right?
You got it.
You just told me how to pronounce it, and I'd already forgotten, so I'm glad I got it right. Ghost of Yotei, which we've all played. And maybe get a bit into the news of the Game Pass price increase, which people are not happy about. It was a big deal. Seems to have settled down a bit, although there was some other rumors around this happening today, but we'll get to it. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Pretty good. I'm excited to talk about rumors. Frank, let's talk about rumors.
Let's do that.
Well, I do not like to discuss rumors and speculation, but this is coming off the heels of Xbox, Microsoft, however you want to phrase it, announcing a price increase for Game Pass. Now, just searching for the details on this is very hard to do. It's all reaction articles. If you just look up Game Pass price increase, all you get are op-eds and rage bait bullshit. It's like, I just want a chart of what the differences are. And I think I finally got one. And looks like Game Pass Core, basically unchanged from what I can see. Although I'm not going to get into the details, but underneath everything, there's like a change to the reward system, which used to be very convenient for redeeming Microsoft rewards for months of Game Pass, and now they've tiered that access, so it makes it more expensive with those points. I don't think we're going to address that, but just be aware. And then Game Pass Standard, seemingly unchanged. We'll do US prices, $14.99 a month. Now, where the changes happen, PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, both going up by 50%. I think across the board, no matter what country you're in, the general price increase is 50%. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the PC one was a 50% increase.
It is.
It is? Okay.
PC Game Pass, formerly $11.99 a month US, now $16.49 a month US. And the only change there is you get Ubisoft Plus Classics Edition, which Huck was mentioning before the show. A lot of those games were on Game Pass, but this is now the complete set. And that goes for Game Pass Ultimate as well. Might be a few little details here, but that's the gist, I think. Now, I have not been the most generous advocate of Game Pass. I really don't care about pricing models. It kind of gets lost in the wash for me. It's about what games are best, and that's about it. But you guys have been pretty big fans of Game Pass. I haven't had it for about 5 months, or I haven't paid for it in about 10. So what do you guys think? Are you still sticking with this? Are you dropping it? What's the deal?
Well, I would say as the resident cheapskate, I could say that I'm sticking with it. And actually, I took advantage of some creative thinking by Dwy Guy down there, and I was able to get a year of Xbox Ultimate gift cards from Costco for the regular price of only $250 a year, whereas now it would be closer to $360. So
now, did you get 3 years worth? Did you stack as many?
No, I only got 1 year. I'm thinking of going back and double dipping, though. I'm thinking about it. So I know I'm not as professional as Frank would have been, but
now, that's why I had it for so long. I always thought it wasn't that great. I mean, if you've got an Xbox, it's a good value for sure. Don't get me wrong. But another tip with the Xbox stuff, Costco. If you buy the cards, do you guys have executive memberships?
I do, yes.
Because you also get kickbacks on rewards points. So again, if you're buying Nintendo or PlayStation cards, go through Costco if you have an executive membership. Going to get a little kickback, going to get 10% bonuses on just about everything. Now for Nintendo, you can only buy 2 per month, with one Costco account. So make sure you're spacing them out. Make sure you're getting them when you need them. So when you're in a pinch and you need a bunch of them, you're not hung out to dry. Okay. Sean, Mr. Game Pass, you say it's so great. It's so incredible, even though you very rarely play the games on them for more than 1 minute just for the show. What are your thoughts on this price increase?
Well, it's definitely hit a point where, okay, if I wasn't doing the podcast, I definitely would not keep subscribing at the price it's at. Now, the price it's at currently, I probably will stay subscribed, probably, but it's really like, it's hitting that point where it's like, okay, maybe I'm going to play one or two of their big AAA games. I don't know if like it just I'd rather just buy them. It's kind of getting to that point.
Even better, Sean, you could just buy them on PlayStation.
Could do that too, definitely. But yeah, so like just on the whole like Costco thing that Huck was just mentioning. So like other retailers have also said they are keeping their vouchers at the old price for now, which is interesting. Like it makes me think, like, is this all a ploy? Like, is Microsoft just trying to get people to go crazy and like instantly resubscribe now at the old price to boost their numbers? I don't know, but like it is, or maybe they just have a bunch of cards in stock and they don't want to change because they're going to have the new tier names on them or whatever. Like,
yeah, I didn't think about that. It might just be like, I mean, it's a cash grab for sure. I'm guessing it's somewhat not viable to them if they're raising the price, but it also could be they might have been wanting to do it for a while and they were waiting for a specific moment in time, knowing that, I mean, I don't know how exactly the transfer of funds from, stores and Costco sales of cards, if it's just an immediate transfer to Microsoft, but maybe they needed a cash flow and we're anticipating this, which is basically what happened during previous changes to Game Pass. They would announce a change and say, well, if you go get old cards, there's like a top-up system and you could take advantage and exploit all these things. If you go to Red Flag Deals or other deal forums, there's numerous posts with thousands of upvotes and deals and comments, and it's like breaking down all the special ways that you can save $2 in fractions of a cent to get it for the most efficient price possible.
When they first announced, I don't, maybe it was when they initially launched Game Pass. I don't totally remember, but there was that whole thing of like stacking it for 3 years, and everybody thought it was this big loophole, so everybody did it. But I'm pretty sure Microsoft was aware and they were like kind of happy, like, hey, we got all these people locked in for 3 years. Now, I don't know if, again, that's partially what's happening here, but definitely the price has gone up a lot. And I think, they've been saying all year, there's been question of like, is Game Pass sustainable? We've been seeing people in the industry questioning this. And Microsoft has been saying, absolutely, it's sustainable. Don't worry about that. This kind of feels like it's not. Like, and a lot of people are canceling. It has hit that point. Like, I think they have to know a jump like this is going to get people to either cancel or try to, like we're doing, stock up for the current price before the increase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really think about it. It's probably timed conveniently or specifically before Black Ops 7 as well.
Yeah, I read an article today that said they estimated that they lost $300 million on Black Ops 6 being on Game Pass last year. And I don't know if that's a lot for Microsoft. I mean, it feels like a lot of money, but obviously sales on PlayStation were very strong. But yeah, Black Ops is definitely a big title, and I'm guessing announcements are around the release date of those games.
And just quick, Huck, before you go, there's no other major Xbox release for the rest of this year, is there?
I mean, Ninja Gaiden 4 and Outer Worlds 2. I guess, are
Okay,
the
no,
big
those are
ones.
pretty major. My bad. I forgot about those. All right.
Yeah, and I was just gonna chime in about the total price. I mean, I still think it's kind of worth it at the so it's $30 a month in Canada, and so it's the cost of essentially three and a half full priced AAA games, right? And like if you think back, okay, you're gonna play COD, that's one. You're probably gonna play Indiana Jones, that's two. And let's say you play any of the other ones that come out. I don't know, Diablo or something, or Diablo 4.
It's a good thing they bought Activision.
Yeah, it is actually. Or even like, they might drop the new Ubisoft, some of the new Ubisoft games or something like that. So like you got options of things to play, and there's a lot of other games. I mean, it's great for me. I love dabbling in all these like tiny games that I would never play on. So I mean, I was playing like, oh wait, that was on Steam. That wasn't on this. I was playing some random like
Oh,
little games. Let me
well,
look back. But I mean, I think the value's still there, even though it's now $30 a month. Now, I do think they made a mistake. I think this jump is, like Sean said, scaring people away. Obviously, they didn't ever read the story about how you want to slow boil a frog. You don't want to throw them right into boiling water. And they were just like, fuck it, we're throwing them in the boiling water. And I think if they just slow rolled it, $2 every 6 months and slowly built up the price, like $2 increase every 6 months, I don't think they would have the same backlash as they're getting now by this big one-time price hike. So I think they could have done it a little more tactfully in terms of getting, the value or the money back for the value they think they're providing. So I think they went about it the wrong way, but I still don't think it's a horrible deal or anything.
yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think if they had an option to not get the big AAA games, but still get like all the cool indie games, and it was cheaper, that I probably would opt for that. But yeah, you're right. It's still kind of worth it if you are going to play those games. It's just a question of what's coming out in a given year. And I think it has been a strong year for Game Pass. Don't get me wrong. But, the other thing is, do we have to go through it all?
Doom Avowed.
But I'm not just talking first party games. Last time we talked about it, I agree with you. First party, maybe a little bit sketchy, but including everything that's on Game Pass this year. I mean, Claire Obscure was on there.
Blueprints.
Silksong.
Like South of Midnight, Tony Hawk 3 and 4 is on there. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've at least dabbled in and do want to go back to. But there was also that element of, like, they said, hey, we're giving you all this great new value for the new price. And it was Ubisoft Classics, which before the show, we all basically said we thought that was already kind of in there because they had tons of old Ubisoft games on Game Pass. EA Play, which I think was already there. And
I think so.
Fortnite Crew, I don't even know what that is, but I mean, they're not giving a whole lot for the extra money.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of a deal already. If you really just play Xbox and dabble, I don't think it's that big of a deal of a price hike. If I still had it, it would not scare me off at all. So it's more, do you use it or not? And I don't even use mine, but I still think it's a great value. And I'm kind of surprised with all the uproar. Now, the rumor, which you guys can talk about if you want, but I just saw something while I was doing research before the show, and the rumor is Xbox will be getting out of the console business in the near future. Now, who knows what that means with, Rogue Ally stuff, and will they just, ship off manufacturing boxes with Microsoft console specific operating systems that run on other people's consoles? Who knows what that means? I don't really care. I mean, they're basically making all their money selling games on PlayStation anyway. What's the fucking difference? But I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And that reminds me, speaking of Rogue Ally, we have to say congratulations to Huck
Oh, I was
The
going to bring it up
proud
later.
owner of a Steam Deck.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I shelled out the big bucks. It was on sale for $100 off, so I did it. I burned that cash, and now I'm a proud owner of Steam Deck. And actually, I was gonna kind of tie that in right now in that I think Microsoft is definitely doing a push to more go towards a cohesive kind of like ecosystem. And even I think when I saw the ROG Ally X, they said that you could play Steam games on it and stuff. You can like install the different, Epic stores on there and play your games because it's just like a Windows machine. But then also if you guys have the Xbox PC app or whatever, when you open it now, in the little sidebar that shows the games you have installed on your machine, it's now showing Steam games in there, and you can launch Steam games from within the Xbox app. So they're not even trying, they're like trying to integrate all your gaming into this like Xbox ecosystem or whatever they're calling it. So I think that is like their new play, is that they're trying to basically be your one-stop shop for gaming, whatever you choose to game on. They want you to go through the Xbox kind of front end. And I don't know what the sales pitch is. I guess maybe they could serve you Game Pass ads or something and try to convince you to come over. I don't know what the money making scheme
They
would
just want to
be
be
behind that.
your home base for gaming.
I mean,
basically.
Yeah, but there's
goes
got to be a
on
reason.
on every stupid app. Fucking Nvidia app tries to search for all your games and add it to something, and even my Asus Armory Crate looks for. That's one of the reasons I lost interest with PC stuff. It's just bloatware for everything, and
Yeah.
I need an
Lots of
Ubisoft
launchers.
app, an EA Play app, and all this garbage. Like this is I don't want this anymore. I liked Steam, that was nice, and now we're back to consoles, baby. Where I should have been the whole time. Think of those wasted years getting Steam achievements.
Just
a
you should have never even
complete
made that
loss.
PC. What a waste of your time.
I do like my PC. All right, so yeah, they'll probably get out of consoles eventually. My advice, I'm still willing to submit my name for CEO or lead of Xbox gaming. I think I do a better job than most people there at recognizing where the talent is and what developers to get. But I would focus on acquiring one or two really good developers. Up in like not old ones that are still churning out the same garbage. Find someone good and innovative and buy them immediately. And I could tell you, but you're gonna have to pay me. You don't know how to do it, Phil. You and your crew, you don't know how to find the good ones. You should have bought Housemarque. PlayStation got them. There was lots of ones available, and you stick to the shittiest ones. So make some good games, and you won't have any problems. Would be my first advice. And we'll see how it goes. If you just think if they didn't buy Activision and Bethesda, this company would be dead. Or the Xbox division would be dead.
So you're saying they made some good moves then?
Well,
He's not saying that either. Come on.
Okay.
Can't give him any credit. How's he going to get that job?
I mean, that's throwing money around. Like, it's not like, oh, we really saw the potential of Activision, and we nurtured Bethesda from the ground up to be a first-person studio. Just throwing cash around. They don't have it.
They definitely just acquired big franchises, basically, for the most part. But
because they were desperate, and now it's just kind of plugged a hole for a short period of time. Just think of like Halo and Gears and big franchises that have been non-existent for a long time, which really makes you question the internal leadership and development of first-party titles at this company. And something that just doesn't happen at PlayStation Studios. That's all I'm going to say. And even the shittiest exclusive PlayStation Studios are still pretty good. And if they were on Game Pass, people would be like, oh, that's actually a pretty good game. Like if Rise of the Ronin was on Game Pass,
didn't
it would have gotten
Sony
way more
close like
attention.
6 studios last year?
Don't worry. Look, they're crushing it. It's not. The war's been over since day one, and we'll just keep having these arguments, and people will hang on to Xbox for reasons I just don't understand.
Just FYI, Frank, Microsoft has responded to the rumors and said that they are not getting out of the hardware business.
Hardware. What does that mean?
I don't know. I think there will be a next Xbox, but after that, I'm not sure.
The real question here, like I know I'm being harsh. I like Phil. I think he seems like a good guy and he loves games, but this guy's got to get the axe soon. They got to get some fresh blood in there. He's not doing it. I'll tell you that right now. If I was on the board of directors, I'd be saying, change it up now.
Do you think this was Phil's decision to raise the prices?
Don't know. I'm probably either way. Just pick me. Take me. I'll do it. What's his salary? I'll do it for half of his salary. A third. I'll do it for a third of Phil's salary.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it for a quarter. I'll do it for a quarter of the salary.
All right. Moving on. Right? Nothing left to say here?
I think we covered it.
Okay.
There was one piece of news that we didn't discuss beforehand. I don't know if you guys want to cover it, but the EA going private. I don't know if you guys saw that or want to discuss it.
I just saw the number, like it was a very high number, and I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it's 55 billion, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we don't have to discuss it, but it just seems crazy that now EA is going to potentially start making good games again, which is a big plus.
I mean, I think they've had pretty good games. Split Fiction might be a Game of the Year contender.
I wouldn't consider Haze Light to be EA. That's throwing money around. It's the exact same thing you just talked about with Microsoft.
No.
That's the type of game they make.
No. They've been nurturing Haze Light for a long time and supporting them through EA Originals.
But that's that guy. That's all that guy's creative vision. It's not like, EA proper. It's not like EA Tiburon is spouting out a brand new death-defying genre of game.
That's
BioWare.
That's how you acquire first-person studios. You have like partnerships, and they make bigger and better games. You give them more money, and then you acquire them. You have to nurture. It's a nurturing process. Xbox isn't in the nurturing business. They're in the spreading themselves across a million different things that never succeed business and are never except for Windows, which I do love Windows. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, every once in a while, I just got to give credit to Windows. I use it every day. It's pretty good. It's way better than it used to be. Going back 15 years, it was a nightmare. It's pretty good. All right, let's stop talking about stupid stuff like operating systems. Let's get to a new game. Ghost of Yotei, released last week. We've all played it. I will say, I've played 5 hours. I played from midnight till 5 a.m. the day it was released. Loved my time with it. You guys go first. You've played quite a bit as well. Huck, you bought this thing.
I bought it with real money. I know. I'm just throwing cash around. Steam Deck, Yotei, who cares? Just burn it all. I don't need money. Kids don't do tons of sports. I don't need that cash. So I've only played like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So I think I just kind of started the first part of chapter 1. So I'm barely scratched the surface. And I must say, I'm really impressed with the game. I mean, it feels just like Tsushima, next steps is Tsushima. I love the new character. She's just like this badass killer that goes around, no holds bar. I think it's awesome. I like how they set up the story, and it's very obvious what you're there to do. And I like how they're interweaving the story of her past with the present. And one of like the subtle touches is you go into her house, I guess. I don't think this is a spoiler. And there's like memory things you can do, and you kind of swap in and out between present day and past. And as you explore in the past, when you come out, you are in that same spot, but in the present. And I thought it was a neat touch that you don't just kind of like spawn in some preset, in front of the house spot. It's kind of like where you were, as if she is kind of wandering through the land in her memory and then comes out of her sort of like a dream and is there in real life. I don't know. It's like a minor, totally non important touch, but I thought it was a nice just like design decision they made. I think the combat's pretty solid. I don't really have any problems so far. I think it's really fluid. Enemies seem to do really good tells of their attacks, so you can parry and stuff in a reasonable amount of time. Sure, it will get much more difficult, but so far, I think also the subtle like camera movements while you're in combat and how it frames the combat is really great. The I don't know, everything about this game I'm liking so far. The horse riding is great. Having these little like speed tracks through the fields is good. I just started exploring off the beaten path for the things that like upgrade your abilities. I can't remember what they're called, the shrines or whatever. And also did one of those like bamboo stick things that I'm pretty sure were in the first one. Those are still a lot of fun. Just to do those stupid things. And it seems to imply like you're going to be able to upgrade your house, your home, and have like a forge and be able to upgrade your weapons and stuff like that. So I think that's a cool touch. I don't think there was any sort of base sort of idea from the first game that I can recall. So overall, I'm really liking it. I think they're doing a good job presentation wise. Combat feels good. Horse riding good. Traversal's good. I still love the wind mechanic of being able to, give you a hint based on the wind right in the environment. I can't believe no one's copied that yet in a similar fashion of some sort of environmental direction telling that's not a stupid mini map in the corner or like a compass. It's so much more, I don't know, polished feeling. Yeah, I guess that's my initial thoughts. I said everything.
Sean, what are you thinking? And I want you at some point to address the difficulty. I found it to be quite difficult, and I'm wondering how you're handling it.
Yeah, difficulty wise hasn't been a huge issue for me. I'm trying to think. Like, so the last game, Tsushima, I'm pretty sure you had the changing stances, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of just got to the part where they get your first or your second stance, I guess. So that's adding a little bit more complication to it. But no, I mean,
just to be clear, in this game, it's not stances, it's weapons. You like switch weapons.
Right, yeah. But I don't know. I like the combat. It feels kind of Arkham-ish, which I don't remember if that was how it was in the first game. I assume it's pretty similar, but like it just, you take on, a group of enemies and you're kind of, shifting between them. And it's just got I don't know, there's a feel to it of like, you're kind of waiting, who's going to attack me? Okay, I'm going to parry that person and turn your attention to that person. And I don't know, I enjoy that. Like it makes me want to jump into battle as soon as I see people around. But I guess the one thing, obviously visuals amazing. Like, I mean, the last game use of color was, second to none basically, in games. And this one, they're still doing some really, really nice stuff with that.
Can I touch on visuals for 1 second while you brought it up? I agree in terms of color palette and environment. So, and in particular, the way the camera frames it, I think it's one of the best cameras I've ever seen in a game, camera systems. Whenever I'm climbing something or I reach a spot or teleport or I'm with the horse, the camera frames the world in, I mean, it's a combination of environment, decoration, and camera work, but I'm always blown away by how good it looks just moving around. I rarely slow down and take in an environment when I'm playing a game, and I do that all the time in this game. But I do find the character models to be a little like low poly and a little less impressive, in particular the wolf. And some of the animations with the wolf felt, and some of the NPCs seem a little like PlayStation 4 era to me.
I must say, when they had that first kind of introduction of the wolf and it shows his face close up and it's like snarling, I was like, this looks pretty rough. I was kind of
Yeah,
surprised that they didn't spend more time polishing it. They're putting such a moment on that kind of like facial growl. It felt
especially at the
like you said,
beginning of the game too, right?
yeah,
And I think of Ragnarok and what's the big hellhound dog you have there, and it like felt like such an alive creature that I think I was like, that's kind of the
standard.
barometer, yeah, the gold standard for PlayStation Studios for me. So I mean, it's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it looks horrible by any means, but I was a little surprised by the quality level of some of the character models. Anyway, but it's beautiful. It looks so good. Keep going, Sean.
Yeah. So here's something I want to bring up, and I'm curious how you guys feel. Like I remember one of the big complaints with the first game, particularly if you platinumed it, tried to do everything, just a lot of side quests, right? And for me, it was like I just kind of picked and choose. If a side quest sounded interesting, I would kind of go off and do it. Or if I had looked up and there was a decent reward, I might try to find those specific side quests, but I didn't do everything, not even close. And so for me, it was like pretty balanced and I liked it. It feels like this one is kind of stripped back a bit. And I don't know if it's going to expand. Again, I'm only about 4 hours in. But like when you look at your list of what there is to do and things that are on the map, it's basically just people you need to fight. And again, like the plot of this game is just, getting revenge on the Yotei 6. So that's, again, similar to Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot of people brought that up. The flashback stuff Huck mentioned is kind of in Shadows too, which is kind of weird.
No.
But yeah, I thought like it feels like something's missing, like in terms of like the side quests and other stories. Like I felt like Tsushima, there was a lot of stuff going on. Like, there was all these kind of different clans and things and like storylines you could jump into or not jump into. There was like, I think strongholds or something you had to clear out. I haven't really seen any of that stuff so far. It feels very just like I have markers on a map of people I need to kill, and that's about it.
I mean, a lot of the collectibles in the world are very the same from the first. There's hot springs, bamboo challenges, the fox dens, platforming challenges for shrines. There's combat challenges, basically hideouts, or I don't remember specifically what they're called in this game, but like a castle in Assassin's Creed. It's got all the same stuff, and I liked all of that in the first game. It was just the side quests were all like looking for clues, following tracks, talking to someone, and then fighting a bunch of people. So, I mean, I haven't gotten to the point where where I'm able to tell if there's a difference in this game from the first, but I've done a lot of variety of stuff in my first 5 hours. I think what sets this apart from Assassin's Creed Shadows, I agree, they're very similar. If they both, came out on the same day, it would be a totally different story. I think Yotei would destroy it. I think they have a lot of similar systems, ideas, and I think Shadows was very lucky to release when it did because it is good. It's not a bad game, but where this game just blows it out of the water is presentation. This game just has a vibe to it, and it's Sean just said he did his first, and this is what I'm adjusting to with the game. This is where it's a little different from the first, where something just felt off at times and I was struggling with stuff. And I'll give one example, which you go to get your first weapon and it's not like another game where they just give you a weapon. It's kind of paying tribute to samurai movies and other movies like that, where you have to go through a training process. You go to a mentor and you start this mini game and you try to do it. And I'm like, I can't do this. And my instinct is when a game presents me a challenge, you're supposed to be able to do it. And it's not supposed to be an intentional failure or to give you something you can't actually do. And so I'm like trying to hit these button combinations. Like, this is impossible. And then after you play for a while, you realize, oh, it's supposed to be impossible. The idea is you train and then that you repeat that thing and it gets easier the more you train. And it's kind of a fun nod to those movies. But I think that's a very interesting presentation idea that I kind of wish the game would have winked at me a bit more to let me know that that's what I was getting into. Because my first reaction is like, this fucking sucks. Like I have no idea what to do. And but it is a cool idea, and it just takes liberties in interesting ways, where Ubisoft and Shadows is so committed to this open world and just, you know, when you run up hills and you get stuck in running through leaves and foliage, but that's where you have to go. So you just go through it. This game, you'll go to start something on the map and it will teleport you to the top of the mountain, which doesn't make sense, but it allows you to do this super unique platforming challenge. So it'll teleport you to areas for very customized challenges that are level designed to be very interesting without having to worry about how does it integrate with an open world. It's like, no, we're going to teleport you over here and do something that's curated to be fun, which is such a good idea. And I was a little worried at first when I played this game because, and we'll talk about it a bit more, clearly is influenced by Zelda and Red Dead Redemption 2, like being way more like how you cook stuff and have campfires and craft stuff. And I'm not into that stuff really. I'm so far, I haven't had to do it that much, which is I'm thankful for. But I was like, I hope they're not too committed to the see any spot and go to it and be just like Zelda. And when I saw they teleported you for challenges, I was like, okay, this is telling me they're more worried about the game being fun than being true to an open world, which I'll take any day of the week. And anytime I get teleported for something like that, I'm like, this is going to be great. And there was one where I got taken to the top of the mountain and it looks so good. It's such a impressive visual, and there's stuff hidden within that little challenge as well and stuff to find. And the presentation of this game is some of the best I've ever seen. And the map, I was a little confused at first, but now that I've gotten used to it, I love using the map. I love placing found, I can't remember, hunters maps or treasure maps where you have to find where they go and tells you where to go next. And I'm just loving exploring the world. And as Huck spoke to in the first game, they've continued to refine and improve, which is like their big goal with this series, diegetic cues and exploration, not having you go to the map that often, whether it's using the spyglass or the foxes, birds, wind, all these elements stay in the game and explore. And I still don't think it's perfect. I go to the map a lot, but it's a lot better and it's a lot of fun, except, and this is the big, well, not big, but it's a sticking point for me with this game, which is dual sense, gyroscopic, and touch controls. And in particular, swiping up to bring the wind up, it doesn't like, I feel like I'm doing it right half the time and it doesn't register. And I would just give anything for that to be a button. Just please, can I have that be a button?
Actually, reminds me, in the beginning, my controller was rumbling so much. I shut rumble off completely on this game.
I had that too, where like I was like thinking something was wrong with my DualSense. Like it was making like a whining sound almost. And I was like, are they trying to...
such a high frequency? It was like hurting my hands. I was like, I had to put the controller
down.
I
think, because I had a bug where the touchpad context menu or just hints where it was bowing and all this, it wouldn't go away. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed, is this telling me I'm supposed to do something? And there are I'm surprised by how many bugs there are in exploring. What's the lead character's name again?
Atsu?
Sounds right.
Something like that. Yeah, it sounds right. Exploring the childhood home, like lots of seams of like light peeking through environment. Like when I'm walking through the house, I could see like pretty bad flaws of external lighting peeking through, and
Well, I mean, was that intentional? I mean, it's
no,
like
no,
a
no,
wood
no,
slat home.
no. There's lots of bugs like this that I saw.
Okay.
Of yeah, it must be a shader thing. Like they must be doing tricks with that because I can't see them like assembling an environment and having that many gaps somewhere. It's weird. But the other thing in the intro that I was like, is this going to be a thing? Because this is brutal. Is playing, what's the name of the instrument? Not a guitar.
I
We'll just call it a guitar for now.
Yes,
I apologize.
Shamisen, is that right?
You have to play this with the touch, sliding the touchpad.
Yeah.
And I failed miserably. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. This is brutal. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I got to keep doing this for the rest of the game, I'm going to snap.
Not enjoyable.
And thankfully, you just do it once so far. I think they realize this is a fail. And I'm surprised it didn't get cut, to be honest. Must have a payoff later. But the other stuff, like doing the calligraphy and drawing with the touchpad, I mean, it's a nice touch. It's fine. But the cinematics and
What
the
about
storytelling.
hammering the sword with the
Oh yeah.
Oh, I actually liked Hammer. That was the one gyroscopic dual sense thing that was kind of fun when you get good at it because you can do it fast and flip it, and like cooking is not fun. But when are people going to learn? How many times do I have to say it? Do not put cooking in your game.
People
It
need to
sucks.
stop
No one
buying
likes
Zelda.
it. No
That's what they
one
need to
likes
do.
cooking in games.
what if your game's cooking mama? You got to put cooking in your game.
Even Overcooked doesn't have actual cooking. That should be your first clue. You don't actually sit there and cook one thing for an extended period of time and wait for a sound to play. You might
It takes some time.
anyway. Presentation so far, the cinematics and acting and anything surrounding the storytelling engine, way better than Shadows for me. And I want to keep playing it. I have too many games on the go. So I needed to talk about it for the show. I put it to the side, but I want to play it bad. And I'm just finishing some other games. But I am loving it so far.
Yeah, it just so you mentioned about the teleporting thing. It was interesting because it kind of ties into what I was saying before about the map kind of feeling like just people I have to kill. Like I think they are trying to make it more force you to not they're trying to differentiate themselves from Assassin's Creed in a way, and the map is kind of sparse, but you on your way to a particular point, you're going to organically find some other things to do. So I don't think it's, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it will change throughout the game, but it feels like they're not putting markers for a million things on the map. And they are doing giving you a lot of options to fast travel in the game, which is super quick. And they even give you the option to, when you fast travel home, you can go straight to like the forge or wherever. And
we love that we need more of that in games. Convenience, quality of life. I'm with you, Sean. That's incredible. And we talked about this with Ghost of Tsushima as well. Whatever Sucker Punch does all the way back to Infamous, their fast travel loading and how they set it up is the greatest in the world. It is split seconds to go somewhere, and it's astonishing.
yeah.
So whatever tech they've mastered, we notice. Sucker Punch, thank you. No one at Xbox Game Studios has anything close. We salute you. And our blue haze thickens.
Well, let me just pump the brakes on the blue haze for a minute, because I did have another thought.
What?
Was this another
game.
hit piece by IGN saying, "Oh, the PlayStation games all have the same stories"? Now, hear me out. I love all these games, but I'm sick of playing this. I don't even think they're that similar. Clearly, the Xbox payola came in.
I saw that article, but it's funny because I had a similar thought, not so much about the story, but as I was playing the first few hours of this game, I just hit so many of the PlayStation kind of pillars that are in all of their major first-party games that I was like, okay, this is,
Look, this
I'm
has been
feeling
going
the
on for a
formula.
while. This has been going for.
It's definitely been going on for a while, but I just, you've got your climbing sequences, you've got your quick time events, you've got sneaking through tall grass, you've got playing as a kid version of yourself. There's a few others, but there was enough of them that I was like, okay,
If it ain't broke,
this is
don't
every
fix
Sony
it.
game.
I think it's more about like skill trees, and the armor systems seem to be very similar now, and open world nature and collectibles. I mean, this went back to when Spider-Man released. Someone called it was a CNET.com article, the video game. And they're just all the same, which obviously drew comparisons from me to how all Ubisoft games are kind of the same level design with skin differently with different cameras, which I think PlayStation does it better than anyone because I'm obviously aware of similarities, but every game has some unique vibe or mechanic that separates it from every other one that I don't notice it as much. So whatever you're doing, PlayStation, keep doing it. Don't listen to IGN or the haters or anyone who's thinks Xbox is better because they're failing miserably. Keep doing what you're doing. Everyone buys these games. Everyone loves them. They win tons of awards. You're doing nothing wrong.
Well, here's the question though that, to kind of wrap this up maybe is it like, I can't remember what the Metacritic is on this. I feel like it was like mid 80s, which, again, whatever. Metacritic, maybe I'm too obsessed with it. Nobody cares. But it does feel like there's a little bit of a like, okay, we've kind of seen this before. Even just as a sequel, it doesn't seem like they're adding some new amazing thing to the franchise. It's just kind of more of the same. Do you guys feel that or?
A little bit, yeah. I felt like the combat was more similar to the first than I was expecting it to be. I thought that I'd heard like they kind of revolutionized the combat, and it felt pretty similar, including the weapon switching for weaknesses, stuff like that. And it feels like more just camera changes to me, how they frame the combat rather than the mechanics. And I do find the parry windows and tells to be a little inconvenient at times compared to like God of War Ragnarok. It was perfect. I love God of War Ragnarok for stuff like that, and it felt very fair. I do find that I'm dying in this game sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, that felt a little punishing to me. Or an enemy was off camera, and this is actually one thing I don't love. The ranged enemies are audio cues. You don't even get a visual cue. You have to listen for them. I'm listening to podcasts at 1.5 speed while watching a football game while I'm playing this game. I can't keep track of all these things. I can't have my ears, and I'm not going to change accessibility settings.
Don't use the Takashi Miike mode because that pulls the camera in even more, so you can't see people on the outside as much.
I've not experimented with Miike mode or Kurosawa mode.
There's one more. There's Watanabe mode, I think.
But none of those were Kurosawa modes presented at the beginning of the game when it asks you to choose your presentation style. I don't think the other two were, right? They're just in the menu.
Yeah, it was weird because I kind of just vaguely remembered it being mentioned in one of their videos, and then I had forgotten until I read something online about it. So not being promoted as much, I don't think.
Now, I have to say, there is a chance that this game might run into the same problems I had with Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's bigger than that game. I've seen like reports to do 100%. It's 70 hours.
Whoa, really?
It was not that long.
I did just do a How Long to Beat. It said 20 or 22 for the main story. So
it's completionist. Does it?
I didn't look. I closed the window already.
Okay.
So,
but if it, is Sean's concerns and my tempered concerns of repetitive side content could be a problem for sure. And we'll get there, I guess. I think our advice on the review for Ghost of Tsushima, if you're not an achievement or trophy whore, just play the story and have fun, and you'll love this game. And probably do the same for this. Play it at your own pace, have fun, and try not to be obsessive and insane, and you'll be fine. You'll have a good time.
But how else are you going to earn that medal or the medallion? What is it called?
I know.
The pin?
That's true. That's true. Got to get that platinum.
Did they announce one for this game?
No.
Oh, it's for Tsushima? That pin? Oh, okay.
I was assuming they were going to have one for this game
They
too,
will.
but
Don't worry.
Frank will be ready. Frank will have a day one.
You never know. There's just too many games right now. It's out of control. I haven't even touched Hades 2 yet. It's got the highest Metacritic of any game this year.
That's high.
yep.
I want to finish Rogue Prince of Persia. I don't have the time. I'm 60 hours into Silksong and I can't finish it. It's enormous. I cannot believe how big this game is. All right, before we get into what we played, any other thoughts on Ghost of Yotei?
No.
Covered it.
I'm sure we'll have more coming up in the next few weeks. Might be I don't know what to play next, Hades 2 or Yotei. It's just too much. All right. Let's get into what we played. I'll just go first because I already brought up Silksong, and it's all I've been playing the last 2 days. And I'm trying to 100% the game, find everything, do every ending, not platinum it. There's 2 trophies I'll never get, but it's kind of got its claws into me now. I'm coming around to Silksong.
Now?
And
60 hours in.
well, I was probably around 25 hours in. After you get a couple of abilities, like the claw line, once you have all the abilities, it's kind of like Dread. It is so fun to explore. Combat becomes so much more fluid and fun. It's a chore to get there in the first 10 or 15 hours of the game is my biggest criticism, which is my criticism of a lot of games lately, like extended arbitrarily, like Blueprints and some other stuff we've talked about this year. But once you get all the stuff and you're exploring, platforming sections are fun, exhilarating. The aerial combat and climbing enemies up shafts becomes extremely engaging. As you power up, I had a boss that I thought was going to be hard, and you get good, as they say, regarding this game. And I've been at the last boss for 20 hours. And I've just been going through the entire map and cleaning up everything I can and getting every power up before I get to that last boss, which would be impossible without a map website, which I can't. Which one do I use? I paid for it. It was $10 for the year, and it was the best $10 I ever spent.
Really?
I should bring it up because I love this website now. Let's see, mapgenie.io. Oh God, I love Map Genie. If you need a good map source for tracking stuff for games, mapgenie.io. Fantastic.
So you're not using, what was that other one you used to use? Pixel something or other?
Power Picks, that's just trophy
PowerPix.
guides. This is like a
okay.
tracker for everything. And it's a lot of fun. It will be pretty high on my top 10 list. I'm pretty sure. So
Nice.
I've converted. I love Silksong.
Team Jerry, all the way.
That being said, I guarantee those guys are dicks. Like every decision. I'm going to listen to some interviews with them because it just seems like I would hate them, but you never know. I do love the game, but it could have been, it could be even better. That's the thing that bothers me. I know people say that's what makes Silksong Silksong. I don't think so. I think it could be even better if it was a little more forgiving.
Yeah. I can go next. I've been playing mostly Mafia the Old Country, which Frank talked about last week. And I mean, this game was made for me. I love games like this. It's just like streamlined story. It's open world, but there's really nowhere to go outside of the main path that they take you on. Everything's kind of like, guided for you. You basically have a dude leading you everywhere you need to go. And it's just you're just enjoying the game as they present it to you. You're not having to find the next thing and search around. There's no excessive exploring of random places to try to find the next, checkpoint or map marker or whatever. And I actually think the knife fight combat's really fun. I think the guns are actually pretty fun, even though they're hard to aim. And I think that's a very intentional design decision. And I'm on board for it. I think it's great. What else? Even the like driving's fun. The horses are fun. Very polished feeling. I'm really impressed with this game overall. I think it looks great. There's collectibles around to find. I don't know how many, pages and stuff you have to find throughout the game. Seems like there's a lot. And I mean, Frank, you probably talk to that a bit more because you
It's not
did
too
them all.
bad. I mean, I did it. I collected everything I played for 2 days probably and got everything.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no upgrade tree, right, of any kind that I could tell so far. I mean, you get new
No, I don't
weapons
think
and
so.
stuff, but I mean, there's no sort of like RPG mechanic. It's really just like a straight kind of
You
old
can
school
upgrade.
action game.
Yeah, you can upgrade your rosary for those
Okay,
charms and stuff like that.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
I didn't
Little
do a ton
bonuses.
of, but yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can yeah, and you buy them or whatever. You buy them with that currency, whatever you find around the. So I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I think the story's great. I'm about I think a third of the way through. I think the way they set it up in the beginning, I think the whole like continuous storyline, how you're kind of like working for the Dawn and everything like that, I think works great. I don't know, really enjoying it. I miss games like this. There's not many games like this that are just like, here's the story. Like I think that's kind of why I like Mind's Eye too, even though Mind's Eye is like technically kind of flawed. I like that they're just like, here's the story. I mean, that has a little more fluff driving sessions, I think, than this game.
You
But
can skip driving in
yes,
Mafia sometimes as well, which is nice.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a pretty tight experience so far. I think the pacing's great. I never feel like I'm just doing something boring for a long period of time. So I mean, I think it's really good. I just did the part where you get to drive the car for the first time, and I think it's neat. They have like a little racetrack section where they set it up through like a little story beat, how you're like kind of killing time. Let's go race around this track. And then all of a sudden you get into a car race. So you kind of had your little car tutorial right before the car race goes off, which I thought was great too. So I think there's like a lot of really good design decisions in this game so far, and really enjoying it. I highly recommend people pick it up if you like any kind of like, quasi open world, just like action adventure game. Like this is a really good one.
If you like the first one or two Uncharted games specifically, I would say you'll really like Mafia, the old country.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had any platforming like Uncharted, but
Yeah, no, I just the shooting is very
yeah,
similar,
yeah.
and the stealth, and more so Uncharted 3. But and I was surprised playing Yotei. The knife fight combat is similar to some of the face-off battles you do there, where people throw dust in the air, and
Mhm.
you're looking for very similar cues. So it's not that far off from other big games in terms of combat quality, and you get to shoot stuff, which
Yeah.
is
I mean,
the
and
greatest mechanic of all time.
it does seem like it's flying completely under the radar. I mean, they had a pretty tough release window here, but I don't know. I really like it. I think it's deserves better than it's getting.
It's interesting that it's a franchise that kind of grew out of the first wave of open world games, but now you're kind of praising it for being linear, which is
Well, I think the
compared
first
to
game got slammed because it wasn't open world enough. Because at the time, that was the going trend. Everything's got to be open world. You're not cool if you're not open world. And they kind of went, no, we want to tell like a pretty concise story in an open-ish world. And I think they got slammed for it. But I actually really, I played that game, what, 2 years ago or last year? I really loved it. So, yeah, it's too bad. They kind of hit a bad string of bad luck, even though I think they make good games. I think it's by Hangar
Hmm,
13. I think it's the company that makes these games.
cool. Well, I mean, you mentioned guns that are intentionally hard to aim. I'm going to talk briefly about Borderlands 4 again. Which is just to say, I'm
Oh,
actually enjoying it now because I found a gun I like. Suddenly, the game completely changed. I was like, oh my God, this feels good. But it sucks because now you find better weapons and you keep wanting to switch to them, but they don't feel good. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. But
Got your twirly fireworks guns that you don't know where they're going to end up. And
yeah, it's like it is to the point, like obviously that is part of the fun of the game is lots of different weapons to try out, lots of loot, but it does feel like you end up with like a huge amount of guns that just I don't think anyone would use like for more than 5 minutes. Like they just suck. But I am kind of I don't know. It's weird. The game kind of clicked for me once that happened, and I'm enjoying it. Like it's scratching a certain itch where it's like, once a year there's usually like a Starfield or like a Star Wars Outlaws or something that's sort of like, I guess, open worldy sci-fi that grabs me. And like, I don't know. I feel like I am going to keep playing this one. So we'll see. It has a different flavor, I think. Like the previous games were more post-apocalyptic from what I remember, which is only a couple hours of each. But this feels more like sci-fi, like feels like it's set in like a Star Wars world or like cyberpunk or somewhere in the middle there. But I kind of like that better.
okay, so before I get into another game, I just want to thank Sean for helping me get the last trophy in rematch for playing with a squad mate. So I popped that platinum. Still really enjoying rematch. 53 hours played. Should be getting more attention. It's a very fun game. And I got this is kind of what cut into my playing as well. I got Hell Is Us from the library,
oh,
which I really enjoyed the demo of. And I sat down to platinum this bad boy. And oh boy, it is a long game. It is, I really love the mood and atmosphere. I love the demo. And the big thing with this game is it warns you. There is no map for this game. You're going to have to pay attention and remember locations, which, I mean, it's all right. I'm going to use a guide anyway. I don't give a shit. But it's very like you get into some close, like crypt environments that are very repetitive and hard to navigate. And it's so easy to get lost. And you have to do a lot of backtracking. For the most part, it feels to me like it's doing what Remedy games aspire to do, like Alan Wake, in terms of vibe and mood. I like it more. And I just think the combat's better and more intriguing. And it's just kind of traditional Souls-like combat, but weird-looking enemies, and it's kind of fun. But I'm a little concerned. I'm probably 8 hours in, 9 hours in. I'm only done the first act, and it just feels like this game's going to get very repetitive. And there's tons of backtracking, and to do everything, you have to like go to all these tiny places and bring things back and forth and good deeds. And I don't know. I feel like they kind of are shooting themselves in the foot a bit by not having a map or helping players a bit more. And if you had these aha moments, or somehow the game reinforced your knowledge, or maybe ways of like testing your knowledge of, are you paying attention, and rewarding it that way rather than depending on it to progress, and rewarding you for being invested in the world rather than requiring it. I think it might have been a better way to go, just to attract a bigger audience. But it's still pretty good. I thought I was gonna love it, but after 8 hours, I'm like, okay, back to the library, and I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll get it out another time. I got other stuff that I need to play, and Hell Is Us is not it. I thought it was,
whoa.
but it's not. But it is good. Don't get me wrong. It's good, but compared to stuff I'm not playing right now, it just is not there. So it's probably like right now a 7.5 out of 10 for me. We'll see. Could have been better though.
I So I got the Steam Deck, and I must say, as like a piece of hardware, I'm actually quite impressed with it. I thought it was going to be a lot heavier than it is. It feels, yeah.
Sorry, did you get OLED or LCD? Did I
Oh,
ask that before?
LCD,
Okay.
the cheapo one. I mean, I dropped money, but I'm not spending $1,000 on this thing.
Okay, can I just ask a question? Why would you get I have to ask this. I didn't want to rain on your parade
Yeah,
when you told us in the chat, but
yeah.
why would you get a Steam Deck over a Switch 2?
Well, the Switch 2 is slightly more expensive, and
Yeah,
I have so many Steam games that I want to play that I've bought that
fair enough. Yeah, I
and
get it. But
I
you have a
don't
PC. You can play them
I
on your
know I
PC.
don't like sitting at my computer to play some of these games. I want a controller and I want to chill in like comfy chair. I don't want to be sitting in front of my TV or
Okay, fair
my
enough. I
computer to
just
do it. I want more of like a console experience, and I could maybe do some sort of like Steam streaming thing to my TV upstairs and maybe hook up a laggy Bluetooth controller to it or something. But I just said, you know what? Let's just get it like a handheld gaming Steam Deck, and I can play some of these games like that. And so far, I've been very impressed with how the games run. I mean, I haven't played the biggest game I threw on, and I just kind of just threw on to see if it could handle it, was The Witcher 3, and it seemed to do fine. So I really didn't play anywhere that would really stress the system. Actually, the game I've been playing the most on it is a Dwy Guy special, the Isle of Sea and Sky, little
Nice.
puzzle game. So I've been kind of going back to that, and that's like a really fun game. I got stuck, I think, when I was playing it before, and I didn't come back to it. And then, I came back to it here and immediately like found a couple things that I didn't see before and solved a couple puzzles. I'm like, okay, I'm right back into this now. I also tried a game from the creators of Crosscode, Alabaster Dawn demo.
Oh, you're gonna
And
say there was a
Costco.
Costco creator.
Costco
Yeah.
creator. No,
Really excited.
Crosscode. And this game is kind of similar action RPG to Crosscode. It's a little more, from what I could tell, focused on the melee combat aspect of the sort of like actiony parts. And I felt like Crosscode was a lot more shooting. So this is like a really polished looking game. I think the animations are really quite good in it. It's got an interesting setup, and I don't know. I think these guys are really talented. I don't know how much time they spent. It's been at least 4 years since Crosscode, I would guess, if not a little longer. So they've obviously been taking their time polishing this game up. So I don't know, Sean, did you see a release date or release window when you were looking at this game? You kind of told
I
me about the
thought it
demo.
was next year,
Okay.
but I don't know for sure.
It seems quite polished already. I mean, next year's pretty close now. It's October. I mean, I can't believe I only have like 2 months to play like 4 games that I'm not going to finish and for my
Call
top 10.
Phil. Tell him to get these guys, acquire them.
Should. Yeah.
Give him a tip.
Did you try this, Dwight?
No, I downloaded it, but I think Steam Next Fest starts next week, so I'm just like acquiring demos, and then I'm going to do like a binge
big
next week,
demo.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good one. You should try it. I mean, it's kind of like a Secret of Mana style action RPG. Yeah, it's really good. It doesn't have like Crosscode had a lot of kind of like platforming exploration. It uses like the different heights of geometry to like make environmental puzzles, and I didn't see any of that aspect in this game. But I mean, I only played the demo for like half an hour or so I didn't even get to the end of it. The last thing I played on the Steam Deck was a game I think, Sean, you tried, and it's Shadows of Doubt. It's like a detective game with like procedural generated missions. It's pixel 3D or voxel. I think voxel would be a better term. And
Yeah.
I played the tutorial, which is like a handcrafted mission. And I did have high hopes for this game, but the tutorial was kind of strange. Like they make you look at a lot of stuff and try to find all these clues, and then and then they make you like walk across the city and then come back and like do this weird backtracking stuff, which didn't really make sense to me. And then they all of a sudden kind of just be like, okay, are you ready to say who the murderer was? And I'm like, what? I have no clue who the murderer is. Like, it's like you could either end the mission here or try to like enter who you think did it. And I was like, I have absolutely no clue. Did I miss like all the clues in this game? Do I have any idea how, like, am I supposed to know who the murderer was? So I don't know if it's just very subtle and you have to be very attention detail oriented. But I don't know if I'd go back to this game. I did like the premise of it and thought it was kind of neat, but if they're gonna have like a million little nitpicky things to pay attention to and try to tie them all together, I don't know if I'm interested in that. So I don't know how far you got in this game.
I mean, I don't think I even finished the tutorial, so
Yeah,
I didn't
well, neither
get
did
that. I didn't get the disappointing part at the end of the tutorial where I was
don't even
like,
know what that was the
I don't
end.
know.
Yeah,
That's true.
so I don't know. I don't know. It's not a game I think I'll want to go back to at all. So that'll be the uninstall pretty shortly. But yeah, that's it for me. That's all I had time to dabble on my Steam Deck. But
It's pretty
overall,
good, though.
overall 9 out of 10 for the Steam Deck.
Okay, nice. When is Isle of Sea and Sky getting a console release? It's kind of crazy. It was like got a lot of praise, and it's a year later and no consoles.
Yeah,
It
it's true.
says Switch is announced, but still not out for it. Very weird.
Yeah, Huck, let me know if you need any advice on like mods or any cool hacking
All
stuff
right.
you want to do in your
If I
Steam
want to
Deck.
break my Steam Deck, I'll give you a call. I don't know. I might try to
Love
hack
my
it
Steam Deck.
to get that Xbox app going, so I can have my own quasi ROG Ally.
I mean, it does have me curious to try installing Windows on it now, but I
I
don't
thought
think
you
I'm
did
gonna.
that. I thought you did the dual boot or whatever.
No, I never did that, but
Oh, okay.
maybe I should. Might as well.
I
Broke
think you.
everything
I
else,
think you
so
should get. I think you should do it and report back and tell me how to do it.
I'll think about it. One other thing for me this week. Played a bit of Lego Voyagers finally.
Nice.
And
I
Thanks
saw it
for
was
the invite,
very
dude.
short.
I mean, it is very short, apparently 3 to 4 hours, something like that. Yeah, Frank wanted to play, but just the guy's so busy.
Well, when did I say I was busy? You never asked me to play.
Well,
Oh, truth
you
comes out.
you give off that vibe, I guess. But no, I played with Maisie of all people, and it's actually been a pretty good fit. She's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and it's 2-player co-op puzzle game. Not quite, it's not like a split fiction level production quality or anything like that, but it is it's got a unique vibe to it, I guess I would say. And the puzzles, it starts off feeling like they're pretty simple, but after a while there was a few that we were kind of stumped on and took a while to figure out. Really all you can do, you both control single Lego bricks that kind of roll around, and the way they roll almost feels like Katamari a bit, where it's like kind of unpredictable because of the edges sometimes which way you're going. But the only thing you can do is you can jump, or you can attach yourself to another peg somewhere in the level, and when you attach to something you kind of take control of it. So you can, sometimes you're picking up bricks and like moving them to stack them in some way, building bridges or things like that. Other times you're like controlling little machines or levers, and but we just got to a point where you're controlling a boat, and you kind of both have to coordinate, like move forward together to go straight, or one person goes forward, the other person goes back if you want to turn. And so that's been kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's not. I feel like I saw some really positive reviews out there at some point, and I kind of had high hopes for it. It's good. It's solid, but not totally blowing me away.
Nice. I will just add quickly, I didn't play it much, but I fired up Mario Kart World because they have a new update to add tracking for other elements in the open world
yeah,
mode.
I did see that.
Fired up, I go to the map and I'm like, oh, that's the same thing. It's just one, and then you can switch between P blocks, question marks, and princess coins, but not combinations of all three. You have to pick one at a time. Just another epic fail for this game. So Map Genie might be coming back to you for this game. Mapgenie.io. But I was so excited when I saw that update happened, and it is nothing. Keep trying, Nintendo. You'll get there eventually. Try to get it right before Kirby Air Riders. Coming up soon.
Yep.
All right. Anything else anyone played?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this week. Any big releases coming up? Battlefield. Is it Battlefield 6? Or is it just Battlefield?
Battlefield 6, I believe.
That comes out this week.
So I was looking into whether or not there's going to be a free trial on Game Pass with EA Play, and the answer is maybe. So stay tuned.
Stand by.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are buying this game. I might get pulled into it. I'm not sure.
Frank,
Hopefully,
did you not play Mario Galaxy 1 and 2?
I did not. I'm not buying them for. I think it's $100 for both right now.
Don't they qualify for a coupon?
No, can't use a voucher on the 2-pack. That's right.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of
it's just, I would use a voucher if I could, but there's just too many games to play right now. I want to buy them. I want to play them again, but I got Gears of War Reloaded that I still haven't played. Just still got to go back to Clair Obscur and Doom the Dark Ages before the end of the year, and it's going to get crazy. Hades 2, I haven't finished Bonanza. I am a fucking failure. I'm a complete piece of shit. And who do we have to blame for this? Team Cherry for making a game that's like 80 hours long and $20.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. They should be praised for that. That's pretty. There's a lot of stuff in Silksong, a lot of content. It's nuts. Okay. You can watch us on youtube.com/Game Junk, where there is also Discord links if you want to join the conversation over there. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, say hello, whatever you want to do. Thank you for listening or watching. We'll see you next time for episode 250.
Whoa.
Really? Oh, well. Cool.
Big number.
Huge.
Until then, bye-bye.